What's up, Raptors fans? Welcome to the Warriors Report. Today, I want to talk about Freddie Gillespie. So you saw what he did against the San Antonio Spurs there in limited minutes. So today, I want to talk about some of the things I'm really liking from Freddie Gillespie. I want to talk about what his ceiling may be, his potential, and I want to talk about whether Masai Ujiri has found another hidden gem. So before I get into all of those details, I need you to do me a favor, give this video a thumbs up. When you do that, it helps reach a larger YouTube audience. And if you could hit that subscribe button as well, it really helps the channel grow. You get a lot of Raptors content on here you won't see anywhere else. So that being said, let's jump into this video. So Freddie Gillespie, as you saw there against the San Antonio Spurs, 9 points, 8 rebounds, 3 blocks, 1 assist, in only 19 minutes, which is amazing. And not to mention that, you know what, he's been with the Raptors for limited days. He's still learning how to play with some of these guys. He's learning their rotations, their defense, everything about them. Despite that, he still had that amazing game and that huge block you saw on DeMar DeRozan as well. So you see DeMar trying to throw in for that big dunk. And I had a deja vu. I thought it's Chris Boucher dunk all over again. But he comes in there. He blocks DeMar DeRozan. Unfortunately, the Spurs do get a rebound, offensive rebound. And he goes up for the contest again. So that shows you how fearless he is. Unfortunately, he did obviously get posterized a little bit there. But you know what? That shows you he's willing to hustle out there. He's not ashamed of getting, obviously, posterized because he's really contesting those shots. He's going up for those blocks. And even after that play, you saw it didn't alter his game. He didn't hesitate to block or hustle out there. He was still hustling. He got those blocks. And it's one thing to get blocks. Some players, you see some players turn to stat pad, especially with players that are on 10-day contracts or 2-way contracts. He's actually making really high IQ basketball plays. So he's not just trying to jump at every basketball that goes up in towards the rim. He's making smart plays, and you know what? He's making those contested shots as well. That's something I really like about Freddie Gillespie. I saw that in the previous 2 games as well. He really alters those shots when players go up for that shot. We know how bad we've been with Aaron Baines this season, and it's so nice to see someone who really is trying out there to not only hustle for those blocks, but really get those rebounds as well. You see on the offensive board, I believe he had something like 5 offensive boards against the Spurs, which is great to see. And even those rebounds he did not get, you can see he's trying to tip it towards his teammate. He's really out there trying really hard, which is nice to see. It's really refreshing after we've been watching Aaron Baines all season. So it's great to see that. Now, obviously, he has some limitations to his game. He cannot shoot. He does need his work on not only his mid-range game, but his jump shot as well. But he can definitely dunk. We saw that with one of the plays. I can't remember. He got the ball and he dunked it. So he's got really nice hops. I like his athleticism along with, you know, his ability to block and rebound as well. It makes such a huge difference. As you saw there, he's contesting a lot of shots. It makes a big difference when the Raptors have a player, a center like that in the paint. So those are some of the things I like about him. Now I want to talk about what his ceiling could be with the Raptors. Now he has about 5 more days left on that 10-day contract. Now, the Raptors would be crazy not to re-sign him, and then whether that's a 2-way contract, they could convert Utah Watanabe's 2-way to a guaranteed and convert Freddie Gillespie's to a 2-way contract or sign him to another 10-day. You know what? He's been really great out there. I really hope the Raptors re-sign him. It would be insane not to do it. But I want to talk about his ceiling. So personally, I think obviously now, as I've said, he needs to work on that jump shot. He needs to work on his offensive game overall, but I could really see Raptors developing him. He's only, I believe, 23 years old. So the Raptors could definitely work on his offensive game. Let him work with the Raptors in the offseason. Give him a full training camp. Let him develop his offensive game. And as we know, big men in the NBA usually develop a lot slower than other players as well. And he doesn't have a lot of NBA experience, I believe. He was with the Dallas Mavericks. I believe he got cut. I don't know the exact details, but he doesn't have a lot of NBA experience. It'd be nice, get those reps in, get his offensive game going. I could easily see Freddie Gillespie being a 15 and 10, along with, you know what, maybe 2 blocks a game, 1 steal. I could see that being his ceiling, if not higher. Now, I don't want to hype him up too much just based on one game. I'm not going to go all crazy and berserk and say, you know what, he's going to be an all-star, but he definitely does have that potential there. You could see how athletic he is, how he hustles out there, and he's just got, I've watched his post-game interview as well. It seems like he's got a good head on his shoulders. He doesn't have that ego about him. So I feel like he'd be perfect in our system. Nick Nurse can work on developing his offensive game as well. So that'd be great. And you know what? Masai Ujiri, guys, has done it again. We questioned him, but he just keeps finding these guys. We saw that with Fred VanVleet, obviously. We saw that with Terrence Davis. Unfortunately, it didn't work out with him, with everything he's been dealing with this year. But maybe this is another player we find that no one was looking at. Legitimately, no team was wanting to sign him, and we draft him, or we signed him from the Memphis Hustle to a 10-day contract, hopefully convert him to a 2-way contract. And you know what? Continue developing him. He's a great player. I would love to have him on our team. And he's a good size as well. And you know what? His mobility is good as well. He moves really well for a center. So I would love to have him for a future. He's a very young player. He's got a lot of skills. So I love Freddie Gillespie's game. Whether or not he's putting up stats or not, you've seen a few games ago when he made his debut, he was doing a lot of little things that coaches want. You see him just really, for one, he's not being selfish. He's not just going crazy and ball hugging. He's setting those screens, really good screens. I like that about him. He rolls to the rim, and you know what? He's just playing good team ball as well. He's not playing selfish. He's not trying to look for his own shot and do crazy things like that out of his game. He knows what his style of game is, and he's trying to just stay within that game and work on his strengths. So I really like that. He's shown really high IQ plays. As I've mentioned, he's a really smart player. Contest shots, well rebounds. And he got some really nice offensive rebounds today as well. I believe he got 5 offensive rebounds. So it's great to see a young player hustle out there. That's what we've been wanting the entire season from Aaron Baines. Unfortunately, we didn't get that from him. So we can keep him glued to the bench. Get Freddie Gillespie back on another contract. Get him with the Raptors system. You know what? The season's, we've got about 17, 18 games left. You know what? Let him work with our Raptors system. Let him work with our starters, our bench players, and develop him. I definitely could see him being a key player off the bench next season if the Raptors do bring him back. I really like his game. Whether or not that shows up on the stats or not, there's a lot of areas to his game you have to like. And you know what? We weren't expecting this. Most of us Raptors fans were just hoping Nick Nurse would give him some sort of minutes. We were hoping it wouldn't be another Dante Hall situation where we signed a 10-day contract and we never get to see him. But luckily, Nick Nurse has kind of been a little bit easier on playing his players, so it's great to see that he's not only giving him some minutes, but he's giving him some reps with the starters as well. So that was great to see. So props to Nick Nurse for actually giving him that opportunity to play, and we get to see what he's capable of doing. So before I end this video, I would need you guys to leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think his ceiling is. How high do you think his ceiling could be with the Raptors, within the NBA? How do you like Freddie Gillespie? And what are some of the things you really like about him in those 2-3 games we've seen him so far? Let me know in that comment section below, guys. So I will be ending the video off here. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Until next time. Gillespie, we saw what he did against the San Antonio Spurs. And I want to talk about how high his... out there if you guys want to watch that, but he is just showing some amazing potential with the Raptors. So I want to talk about talk about Freddie Gillespie. So we saw what Freddie Gillespie did against the Spurs.